The 10 most expensive parking spots in the world. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10, Trafalgar Square in London. With massive population of over 8.3 million and always filled with tourists, London is one of the world's busiest cities. It's no wonder there's a constant demand for more spacious spots in the city, and CNN estimated in a report that the average expense for parking in London is $1,000.84. Around the Trafalgar Square through the prices for parking is a cool $62.25 per day. So if you were to leave your car there for a whole year, you'll have to pay $22,700, which is more than you have to pay for a brand new car. Number 9, OHare International Airport in Chicago. Airports are usually very busy, and when you leave your car in the parking area, it'll probably stay there for at least several days. Chicago's main airport, the OHare International Airport, is one of the world's busiest airports. If you count the number of takeoffs and landings and with such an incredible amount of traffic, it's no wonder that the cost for parking here is going to be pretty expensive. Yet the price they would reach is $105,761 per year. So instead of leaving your car here, you might as well sell it to the first person you see and buy a new one when you return. Number 8, GM Building in New York. Nestled in the heart of Manhattan on 5th Avenue, the General Motors building is one of the most recognized and expensive office buildings in the entire New York City. The 50-story tower, designed by Edward Durrell Stone and Associates, is nowadays a landmark of the Big Apple. That's why the structure is constantly overwhelmed by tourists. And when it comes to parking your car here, the building's offer is quite limited since it was built back in 1968 when the car count was significantly lower. Leaving your car at the GM building for a whole year will set you back $316,800. Number 7, Hong Kong. The largest business hub in the world and also one of the planet's most populated places is a city where land is very limited. The dense infrastructure and modern architect make it one of the most vertical cities on the planet, and public transportation system is one of the best in the world, developed to cover 90% of the population. Traveling through the city by car though is quite a different matter due to the agitation. Yet there are plenty of parking spots throughout each region and neighborhood. The price to park in the city is around $9,000 for over a period of a year and can even reach $640,000. So public transport might prove to be a smarter choice if you live here. Number 6, Barclays Center in New York. Built on a platform above the Metropolitan Transportation Authority in Brooklyn, the stunning Barclays Center is actually part of a modern business and residential complex known as Pacific Park. People come here to watch the Brooklyn Nets or the New York Islanders plays, but there are many concerts and other events being held here, which is why the place is crowded most of the time. The parking owner here is apparently Jay-Z, who made large investments in the arena and afterwards purchased the parking areas, charging the persons who want to leave their car here for almost $1 million a year. Number 5, 66 East 11th Street in New York. As you've probably seen by now, the world's most expensive parking spots are usually in large cities, and New York has 3 entries in this list, the priciest of them being in the heart of the Greenwich Village, a charming neighborhood on the west side of the lower Manhattan. 66 East 11th Street is one of the most luxurious and posh addresses in the entire New York, where you can find a breathtaking condominium building and some of the most beautiful properties in town, but parking is very expensive here. And if you'd count for the year, it'll cost you $1 million to park your car here. Number 4, the moon. Yes, we know this list is actually focused on the world's most expensive parking spots, but we can't ignore the moon, right? Earth's natural satellite has been first reached by people during the Apollo program that was estimated to cost $132 billion. But today the costs of transportation to the moon are much cheaper. If someone would have the resources and dare to build a parking lot right on the moon, the cost to get a vehicle there are estimated to be around $3 million, which is considerably less than our top 3 entries. Number 3, Hotel Ritz in Paris. The French capital is one of the most exciting visited tourist attractions in the world, and they certainly know a thing or two about luxury and exclusivity. One of the most glamorous hotels in the cities is the Ritz, and parking your car here is actually free if you own a room. But a room at the hotel will set you back $22,000 a night, and over the period of a year that would amount to $7.9 million. Number 2, Hamiltonscots in Singapore. The island city-state of Singapore is also one of the world's busiest places. With a population of over 5 million people that's growing day by day, add in the massive number of tourists that comes to Singapore every year, and you can easily imagine why parking is always a problem in this electrifying city. Rainwood Hamiltonscots is an incredibly luxurious development in the heart of Singapore, which offers an interesting solution to the city's parking problem. The penthouse of this 30-story building has a sky garage that allows homeowners to park their cars next to the living room. If that sounds amazing, you should know the penthouse and its sky garage will cost you $24 million. Number 1, USS Ronald Reagan. The renowned nuclear-powered supercarrier is owned by the US Navy, but if you have the money, you can probably bring your car along for the ride, since there's plenty of space on the ship. The only thing that you have to do is buy the entire battleship first, and leaving all legal and military issues aside, this will cost you somewhere around $4.5 billion. On the bright side though, there's sufficient room for all your cars and your friends' vehicles on it. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss any amazing video from us.